Got a question about the operation? You've all done an incredible job. I've received reports on the operation from every front. The Vulgus forces are in disarray. With one final push, reclaiming Sigma Sector will be well within our reach. The most heartening news is that we have successfully rescued Glay's daughter, Dia Elias. Dia is currently receiving intensive treatment in a Medical Corps medical pod. She hasn't regained consciousness yet, but the Vulgus contamination and brainwashing effects are nearly gone. As your commander, I'm truly delighted to see such results in the midst of this callous war. It gives me hope that we can save the other Oblivions as well. However, we can't relax just yet. As you all likely know, we have secured only a very small part of Sigma Sector. We have identified a huge receptor which is visible on the sector's horizon. Frankly, I don't like the look of it. If a Vulgus descendant emerged from a human-sized receptor, then what could possibly come out of a receptor that size? I'm sure you can imagine. In order to investigate this, we have no choice but to venture further into Sigma Sector. It's likely that Karel is there too. The void depth increases as you move deeper into the sector. So much so that even descendants from the Hound unit can't endure it. However, if we continue to investigate Sigma Sector, we'll be able to further advance our void shielding technology. And not only this, we may achieve something even greater. Bringing peace to Ingress was beyond even the ancestors. But we may be able to do it in this generation. Let's all keep pushing. Just a little harder. Once the operation for further investigation has been confirmed, I'll announce it through Hound. That is all.
Who wants to go see Dia?
Are you a friend of Dia's? She's still in a critical condition, you know?
But Dia is my friend!
Oh, right. I'm surprised you're a friend of hers. But no means no. Family only. No other visitors.
We're all part of one big family called humankind, Eugen.
Come on, what's wrong with everyone? I said no visitors.
It's okay, Jin. Let them in. Dia would want to see them.
Serena, thank you for taking care of Dia. I'm truly grateful.
The nursing of a slumbering friend is familiar to me. My memories return to me in flashes. I once nursed Rayleigh in this way, as he lay, wounded.
Rayleigh? I can't believe that the hero who was the first person to intercept a Colossus was your friend.
Yes. He holds many firsts. The first to intercept a Colossus. The first to claim my heart.
Serena.
My desire to see Rayleigh again is strong. But at this moment, I most long to see Dia awaken. And if it persists in her memory, I desire to know what happened to us. There were early descendants in Sigma Sector, sealed away like myself. This is proof that Karel's plan proceeded unimpeded for 100 years. It appears Oblivions were central to the plans of Karel. If that is so, Dia and I may have retained some of what he ordered.
I'm certain we can do this. After all, we've regained the time we've lost. Both you and I.
My desire to see her awake is not solely so I may question her. When Dia wakes, shall I be introduced as a friend? I have no others with whom to feel close.
Of course you will. Serena, I know Dia will like you. Just as much as I do.
Thank you, Glay. I await your return to us, Dia. Good day. I'm Serena Antonietta.
Hey, come on in. You heard from Alpha, right? About the operation to investigate more of Sigma Sector. I've just received our orders. It looks like we've got to get recon forces deeper into Sigma Sector. The mission details have been delegated to Hound. Alpha's really let us off the leash this time. We've got full support.
Let's cut to the chase. As you've worked with us before, I specifically requested you as combat personnel for maximum operational efficiency.
Translation, he liked you so much, he wanted to do another operation with you. What's with you two anyway? I'm jealous.
Inez,
I was just trying to get everyone to relax. We don't need to be quite so tense, do we?
Alpha has given authority to the Hounds. That's more than enough explanation and reason for any tension.
Did you understand that? To translate, he means this is going to be a totally different kind of operation. Who are we? We're specialists who search the void. Hound is always assigned to the difficult places. Our end goal is to find the best route to that huge receptor on the horizon. No amount of anti-void shield will be enough for us to send a transport there. We need to find a route through an environment with a lower void depth reading. We'll need to be able to operate deeper within the sector, even in areas with raging void storms.
Sometimes the storms collide with each other and open the way. It's the same in the void abyss.
While we're at it, we can also rescue more of the people trapped in the receptors. Operation Sigma Sector is just getting started. So, let's get ready to move out. I'll meet you at the transporter. It's time for the hounds.
I don't know which one's the actual arcade fellow anymore.
This is Hound Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
Gonna shoot it down? Do it now. Hurry!
Executive Officer Nell here. Commence mission to recapture the old mystery.
Good work, Descendant. We are fortunate that there were still materials remaining in the Ancestors' facility. It's time to create the inversion circulation device. I'll share what I've discovered so far. Fortunately, Descendant, I have no doubts about the operational effectiveness of the inversion circulation device. The device will be enough to filter the inversion energy infused within a Descendant's arcade. The design is highly refined and can be fully constructed using the Ancestors' materials. Once again, I find myself astonished by the technology of the Ancestors. If I had unrestricted access to every part of the Ancestors' database, I know humanity could enter a new age of technological progress. Humankind could become the new Ancestors. If this happened, we could find the Iron Hearts much faster.
Guide, we can't rely entirely on tech. What the Descendants need now isn't technology, but power.
Kyle.
Let me get straight to the point, Guide. Could we modify the design of the inversion circulation device to allow Descendants to use inversion energy? Yeah, it might be more appropriate to call it an inversion reinforcement device.
What do you mean, Kyle? Using inversion energy is far too dangerous. I don't understand.
It makes sense that you wouldn't understand. Look, you were with the Descendants deployed to the fortress during the Ironheart destruction operation. For those teams, the Ajax team and the Descendants who destroyed the Ironheart, the fortress operation was a battle where death was a real possibility. But those of us who faced Corell and his troops in the White Knight Gulch, we also faced death head-on. Corell's main forces were definitely enhanced by some kind of powerful energy. Especially Corell. He exuded immense power through his presence alone. After our recent experiences, I now understand the nature of the power that Corell was using. It was definitely inversion energy. Corell used the inverted Ironheart as a power source. If Corell hadn't retreated when he did, would we have survived? Would we have been able to even scratch him? I know that if Corell hadn't withdrawn, the White Knight Gulch would have become a Descendant graveyard. To defeat Corell and all those Vulgus bastards in the future, we need to be at least as powerful as he is. Instead of completely filtering out the inversion energy, we need to find a way to use it, even just a little. Is it possible to adjust the design to do this?
It's not impossible, but inversion energy is a power we must treat with caution, Kyle.
Hey, Guide. I've got something to say, too. Huh? I'm sorry, but I agree with the Magnetic Tin Man. I know it looks like I'm just playing around, but right now, my skills, abilities, and equipment are the best they've ever been. But if I had to fight Corell tomorrow, honestly, I don't think I have what it takes to win. I can definitely feel the power imbalance. I'm sure most of the Descendants feel the same way, right? I mean, if I had to fight Corell again, I would definitely want to win. I have too many performances left to give. And if a dreamer like me thinks like this, imagine how other Descendants must feel. The inversion reinforcement device is definitely dangerous, but it might also be useful. We need more power. Oh, yeah, so a while ago, I heard Enzo mumbling about something. He took a ring out from somewhere and kept playing with it. And saying, if only I were stronger, there's someone I want to be with, and stuff like that.
Luna, a public channel isn't the place to talk about this. Check your comms settings.
Huh? Why was this button pressed? Did everyone hear that?
Yes, Luna. Thank you for the detailed explanation. I also have some thoughts about the inversion reinforcement device. All descendants who are able to attend the meeting assemble at HQ. And Kyle, please teach Luna how to operate her receive channel.
All right. This, Luna, is what we call clicking.
Oh, come on. I know that.
Just get to the point. We have been closely monitoring this situation since the Descendants began experiencing symptoms. Thanks to yours and the Guide's efforts, we have overcome a significant hurdle. If we can immediately produce and distribute the inversion circulation device to the Descendants, we will have averted the worst-case scenario. However, this only applies to the present situation. We need to consider other possible scenarios if we want to be fully prepared for the future. As Luna has said, if we had to face Corel tomorrow, our chances of winning would be slim. It is likely that Corel and the Vulgus main fleet have disappeared only because we temporarily disrupted their strategy. If Corel's goal is the extinction of humanity, the battle shouldn't have ended in that way. We need to make the most of this suspicious period of calm. In terms of the proposed modified design of the inversion reinforcement device, I intend to officially authorize it as a measure to enhance the capabilities of the Descendants. I haven't mentioned this before, but I felt my RK briefly return when I was exposed to inversion energy. Perhaps the inversion reinforcement device will stimulate my RK and allow me to regain the abilities I lost. And if it is effective for me, proper use of the inversion reinforcement device could provide even greater power to active Descendants. However, there is one condition. For the safety of the Descendants, the inversion reinforcement device must be periodically reset, and their RK must be completely purified of inversion energy. The inversion reinforcement device should be used only under these strict conditions. This way, I hope the proposal will be acceptable to the Guide as well. I take full responsibility for this decision, and I will use the device on myself first. If there are any issues with it, I should be the first to know. If my RK is restored, I hope I will be able to fight alongside all of you. I am hopeful that the Guide will agree to this proposal, and we can proceed with mass production of the device.
Descendant, if HQ insists on this, I have no choice. Modifying the design is straightforward. We can ask the Magisters to start production right away. However, handling inversion energy itself will not be so simple. I believe in humanity, but I must continue to watch over you to ensure you don't become addicted to such powerful forces. I hope you understand, Descendant.
Magisters are probably humanity. Descendant. I've already spoken with HQ. You're here about the device to control inversion energy, yes? The designs, please. I can analyze a full range of ancestor technology immediately using my facilities. Let's see what secrets these reveal. Oh, the special human child. What? So, this is the inversion reinforcement device. Its operating principles are similar to the module system that controls RK, but it's much more sophisticated. You may not be aware that the inversion energy you've absorbed is stored within your RK, at a very minute atomic scale. This device connects that inversion energy with your RK, which will enable the activation of various powers. The more Ironheart particles that are absorbed, the greater the power that can be provided by the inversion energy. The Ancestors' technology never ceases to amaze me. This device is intriguing. HQ said that all inversion reinforcement devices should be periodically reset, didn't they? An excellent decision. That should both provide protection for the Descendants and allow me more time to study this device in depth. After the next reset, come and find me. By then, I'll be able to give you a much stronger inversion reinforcement device. I'm glad I stuck with humanity after all. I'll have the opportunity to research some very interesting technology.